Welcome back, my friends. If you're new here, I am Lance. If you're returning, welcome back. I put out a poll the other day for story mode, aka incognito mode, aka internet historian, for Alien Isolation Explained. They're going to do their funny take on it, but I was testing this channel because I was going to say, I don't know if you guys are going to be really into that. I might save it for a different day. So I put it on the poll and no one really responded to it. So I didn't put it out. I was just kind of curious on what kind of response I got from it. I didn't get much of a response. So we're not doing that video today. We're doing good old reliable that I know everyone enjoys on this channel. Mike Burn Fire featuring Zach Hazard, Campfire Stories. So today the title is called 3 Concussions. So before we get right into it, I'll leave Mike Burn Fire's information down below so you can check out their channel, show them some love. If you haven't already, check out their extensive library of videos. There was a lot more videos on there when I first checked it out than I could ever believe. It's crazy. They have such a huge library, so check them out. And of course, come back to this channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave a comment. We like interaction on this channel. It's great for the algorithm. And also, I'm on Twitter. Even though how toxic it is. And I'm also on Instagram. So let's get right into it. And here we go.
When I was in basic training, the drill sergeant had this, it was like a stress ball, but it looked like a World War II pineapple grenade.
Yes.
Yeah. They would throw it into the bay and yell, "Frag out." And then whoever was closest to it was supposed to jump on top of it. Frag out! And then someone would have to jump on top of it. You know.
Training you to sacrifice yourself.
I guess.
Conditioning you to commit suicide.
Basically.
Grab your helmet and jump on that, right?
No, because it's still gonna. The concussion probably would still kill you.
You're not going to be wearing the helmet at the time. Even the concussive blast.
The concussive blast would probably still kill you.
You know what'll also kill you? Putting your heart on top of it.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, one day I'm standing in the bay, right by the door. I was talking to somebody else, and the little grenade rolled into the floor, and I heard one of the drill sergeants yell, "Frag out!" And I looked at the grenade, and I looked at where the door was, and I went, boop, and kicked it back out the door. And then just stood on the other side of the wall.
Brilliant.
I thought it was a good idea.
Uh-huh.
Well, immediately I hear, "Who the fuck did that?" And I'm like, oh, shit. It was me. I did it. I can't avoid this one. I can't weasel my way out of this.
It was Jenkins.
Drill sergeant comes out and he sees that I was the one that did it, so he's like, "Get into my fucking office right now!" I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. So I go into the office. I'm expecting just to get reamed for this. Mm-hmm. Go into the office, standing at parade rest, and he comes in and he's like, "All right, now listen!" Slams the door behind him. Okay, so look. I realized that what you did in that situation was probably the best thing that you could have done in that situation. I mean, kick it out the door, because if you're, clearing a building, you haven't gone in that area yet, it's probably fine. Totally fine. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is that you're supposed to listen to what we're telling you to do. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be absorbing information and taking that information and using it. It's more of a practice in obeying rules and paying attention. Mm-hmm. Good looking out. It was really good thinking. But my voice hurts and I don't want to yell at you. When you open the door, I'm going to start yelling at you again. But just next time, just throw yourself on top of it. It's just the whole thing.
And you reach for the door to open it. He's like, no, not yet. I'm getting some honey for my voice here.
Okay, I'm ready. So I open the door and he immediately starts yelling at me and I slam the door, walk back out. I'm like, what happened? I got yelled at.
I don't believe you told me that one, no.
No, true story. Were there any times drill sergeants were personable to you?
We had 4 drill instructors, and the only one that showed any humanity was the lead one. He's the guy you come to. When you got problems, you come to me. I'll make sure they go away. If you got a Dear John letter, you come to me. And if there's a death in your family, we'll sort things out. We'll get everything taken care of. Don't you dare fucking step out of line, or I will rip your head off. But I love you. I want to take care of you. But here's 3 other guys. They're going to be beating your face in for the next 3 months. I can't control them. I can barely contain them. Do your best not to piss them off. Bye!
Yeah, I feel like they all have that, where they have, like, there's the one lead drill sergeant or drill instructor, and then they have, like, 3 other ones that are just, like, they're crazy. They'll do it. They'll do it. I know it. I've seen it before. I've seen it.
There was one time we were marching around. I marched out of line incorrectly. I took a left instead of a right or something like that. And the nice, kind lead drill instructor pointed at me, looked at the other drill instructor, and yelled, "Kill him!" Now, out of context, it sounds bad. That's just code for make him go inside and do push-ups for 30 minutes.
Oh my god. Kill him!
Yeah. I didn't hear about your story about getting a concussion.
So, I got maybe 3 concussions while I was in the military.
Okay, how many of them happened in boot camp?
2.
Okay, here we go. This is the 3. Here's the concussion part of the story. Right before we get into it, I love the fact that the sergeant is yelling at him. They go into a quiet little location no one else can see, and he goes, "Okay, look, just listen, just normal combo, just good idea, but no, open back up the door, you son of a bitch, lazy motherfucker." Anyway, let's get back into it.
2.
Wow, boot camp is more dangerous than Iraq, huh?
Apparently so. The first concussion.
Well, you didn't get mortared while you were in boot camp.
That's true.
Jesus.
They did throw arty sims at us, but we didn't get mortared.
Arty sims?
Artillery simulator.
I'm not familiar with those.
It shouldn't hurt you when it goes off, but it's a little cardboard tube with a fuse on it. You pull the fuse and throw it, and it goes beep, pow.
Okay.
So that's what an arty sim is.
All right.
As it turns out, if you set one of those off in a parking lot, it will set off car alarms.
All right.
I don't know from personal experience.
How many did you take out of boot camp with you?
I didn't take any out of boot camp with me. I got them from a fire control guy when I was at Fort Polk.
Of course.
Anyway, the first concussion I got while I was in basic training was on the day of the obstacle course. One of the obstacles is this thing that's like 4 stories of scaffolding. So you would grab onto the platform that was above you with your arms and do a pull-up, and then the people that were under you would flip you over so that you would belly flop onto the platform that was above you, and then you would have to pull the other people up onto that platform and then repeat the process until you got to the top of it.
All right.
But this thing is in the middle of Kentucky in the forest, so it's covered in moss.
Oh, yeah.
And it had rained like within the last day, so it was kind of wet.
Mm-hmm.
So when it was my turn to get pushed up there, I did a pull-up, I pulled myself up, the people tried to flip me up, and I just straight up slipped right off of it.
Oh, jeez.
Fortunately, there was a big pad on the ground.
Yay!
Unfortunately, my head landed right where there was a tree root under the pad.
Oh, no.
So I smacked my head onto a tree root really hard.
Oh, no.
I don't remember actually getting on the scaffolding. I remember right up until I got on the scaffolding.
And then you lost the last 5 minutes?
I lost about 5 minutes of I remember walking up to the scaffolding, and then I remember waking up on the ground and being really dizzy and wanting to sleep and throw up at the same time.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Basically, I got a concussion from it, and because I had fallen off it, and because I had a fucking concussion, I didn't really feel like doing any of the other obstacles on the obstacle course.
No.
So whenever we were standing in line, when I would be like the next person to go on the obstacle, I would just kind of like walk around it and go to the other side of it.
No one called you on it?
Well, when I got to the other side, they would say, "Did you do this obstacle?" And I would say, "Yes, sir." And they went, "Okay, go to the next one." And I'm pretty sure what was happening was that the drill sergeants just went, "Yeah, that private just had a fucking concussion, so just let him go through everything.
Oh.
And don't tell anybody, because it's our ass."
You're sure we don't want to send him to medical? It might be...
It's our ass.
Oh, okay. Good point.
It's our ass. You
So
want to
yeah,
send him
that was
medical?
how I got my first concussion.
And how did you rack up that turkey? That's a bowling term for
Oh,
3 in a
for
row.
3. The second concussion.
Oh, I didn't know
was because we did fuel sticks about a week later.
Oh,
and as it turns out, if you've had a concussion within a week, it's real easy to have a second one.
Oh, okay.
So when I got hit in the head, even though the bugle sticks are padded and the helmet's padded, it just kind of knocked my brain stupid again.
Jeez. Did anybody react to you getting hit and having a concussion a second time?
Basically, I got hit in the head with the helmet on, and immediately everything went wobbly and woozy, and then I fell over.
Yeah.
And again, I woke up on the ground, and they had taken my helmet off. They're like, "Hey, how many fingers am I holding up?" And I said 2, and they went close enough, and then they just sent me over somewhere else.
Just keep on letting him have a concussion.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's
Permanent
the-
brain damage? Not our problem.
Not our problem. He's out of basic training.
That sounds like a VA issue.
Yeah.
Are you getting VA for your concussions?
No, I'm not.
Of course not.
I get disability for a weird problem that happened with my leg. The third concussion I got, we were doing nighttime driving because
What? Sweetie, why wouldn't you get for your concussions too, not just for your leg? I mean, I'm sure that's, that's has some reasoning behind it, but you should mess with concussions. Oh my God. Good Lord. That's horrible. Close enough. Keep on moving. Just walk it off. Just walk it off. Just, walk it off.
because I was attached to a combat infantry battalion, we were expected to know how to do a lot of the stuff that infantry knows how to do. Not necessarily like kicking down doors and interrogating people, but more like being able to drive at nighttime in a combat scenario and know how to operate a gun truck. So we had to learn how to drive at nighttime with night vision goggles on.
Okay.
Basically, we're out in the middle of nowhere in Louisiana. Some of the people I was with, who will remain nameless because I don't want them to get in trouble, they were like, hey, we're going to go off-roading with this Humvee. And I went, hell yeah, that sounds awesome. So we all climbed into this Humvee and we started driving around in the middle of a big empty field.
You weren't authorized to do this, were you?
No, Super weren't. Super shouldn't have done this.
You technically weren't AWOL then.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
You could have been court-martialed.
They're not going to court-martial a dude for driving a Humvee like less than a mile away from where the training area is.
No, that would be stupid, and if the military is anything, it's not stupid.
Okay, I see your point. Anyway, so we all piled into this Humvee, and
Mike,
there were
Mike,
five
Mike.
of us, and there's only 4 seats in a Humvee.
I was about to say.
Yeah. So I sat down in the back of the Humvee with no seatbelt on.
Oh, you rode backseat, bitch.
Yes!
No.
Sat down in the back of the Humvee, no seatbelt on. We went over a big old bump,
While you're off-roading, I don't believe it.
and I was wearing my helmet.
Thank
Something
God.
that they don't tell you about military helmets is that military helmets are designed to resist bullets. They're not motorcycle helmets. They do not prevent you from getting a concussion. The only thing military helmets are good for is stopping shrapnel and bullets. And that's about it.
Well, they're also good for inhibiting your hearing.
I hit my head on the ceiling of the Humvee, came back down and hit my tailbone on the floor of the Humvee,
Oh no, you got a butt concussion too?
and then went back up and hit my head on the ceiling again, and then came back down. And I remember spending the next 2 minutes trying to teach my body how to breathe again.
Oh no.
Because it was one of those injuries where you get hit so hard that your body forgets how to do things that it's supposed to do on its own. So I was just lying in the back of the Humvee going, and just flopping around back there.
I'm sure you felt good, weren't panicking at all.
No, it definitely wasn't one of the most horrifying experiences of my life. I think Hassan might be dead.
No, don't be stupid. He's not dead. Look, he's dying, sure, but...
And the guy driving the Humvee said, fuck it, I'm in the driver's seat.
Oh no, he's dead. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Pretty much, yeah. So we drove back, and I kind of just flopped out of the Humvee onto the ground and just... And if it was a concussion, it was a mild concussion.
Compounded by your previous ones.
Compounded by the previous ones, yeah. So that was very enjoyable. And then I got to go drive a Humvee around with night vision goggles on.
Have you had any concussions outside of your military experience?
No, just those 3.
I wonder what the common factor is.
Did anybody ever tell you about how if you eat match heads, you sweat out the sulfur and it keeps the mosquitoes from you?
I may have heard that, but I don't
What?
think I did it.
Oh,
Did you eat match heads?
no.
That's a very guilty no.
Yes, I did.
Did it keep away the mosquitoes?
No, it fucking didn't, because the mosquitoes are the size of C-130s
In Louisiana? Yeah.
Jesus. That is so horrible that he got 3 concussions. Jesus. Poor guy. Poor guy. Jesus. I'm sure some of you that have been in the military knows exactly what he's talking about. Or you experienced a concussion yourself during your time in the military. Oh, Jesus. Wow. How many fingers am I holding up? Close enough. Just keep on walking, basically. Good Lord. Every time I see one of their stories, it just blows my mind one way or another. Good Lord. This is the reason why I didn't want to go in the military. Oh my God. This is not even close of the ideas of nightmares I would probably have to go through. But then hearing some of the other horror stories, I'm just like, oh, sweet Jesus, there's like a billion other things I never even did think about. So anyway, I really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys did too. Can you believe it? It's already halfway through the month of the holidays is just around the corner, you guys. You believe it? Like it's another week or so away. And then it'll be the new year all over again. Good Lord. And I've been slacking this month. This whole month, I haven't really been feeling too great. I think it's the change of weather. I've been like exhausted, having stomach issues. My body's trying to adjust from going to being so damn warm, and now we're having like a cold front in Florida. So it's just like my whole body is just. So I do apologize. This month I haven't really posted as much as I did the last month. Last month I was kicking some ass and taking some names. This month I was going to be like on the same roll. I was just going to be like every day, either channel. I was going to have at least one up of each, or just at least one or alternate. But that didn't happen. That hasn't happened yet. Hopefully I'll get today will be the first day I felt a lot better compared to the last 4 or 5 days. It's like horrible. Just like, I don't know. It's tough to get old. It's just tough. Ever since I turned 25, my whole body just fell apart. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. This is like my first time ever been on camera and on a microphone. And